Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, Robo.ai Incorporated's latest filing, a Form 6K, reveals insights into their recent financial performance and corporate actions. And I am seeing a key detail that needs attention. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. This report is particularly interesting because it includes their interim report for the first half of 2026, giving us a peek into how they are doing. We are looking at a report filed in August of 2026, covering events and information up to that point. Robo.ai Incorporated is reporting as a foreign private issuer, meaning it is a company based outside the United States that still needs to file reports with the US Securities and Exchange Commission. The most important piece here is Exhibit 99.1, which is an interim report for the first 6 months of 2026. This is where we get the actual financial numbers. This report is incorporated by reference into their F-3 registration statement, which means it is a crucial document for investors looking at the company's overall financial health and future plans. Now, let's dive into what this interim report tells us. The filing indicates that Robo.ai Incorporated is releasing its financial results for the first half of 2026. This gives us a look at their revenue, expenses, and profitability during that period. The accompanying press release, Exhibit 99.2, titled Robo.ai Inc. reports first half 2026 financial results, likely breaks down these numbers in a more digestible way. We are looking for key performance indicators here to understand the company's trajectory. Looking at the broader context, Robo.ai Incorporated, with a current stock price that is not readily available but has a 52-week range between $0.02 and $0.02, and only 29 employees, is a small player in the market. Recent news shows a bit of volatility, with the stock retreating at one point, but also highlighting the broader AI boom, with Chinese robots making big stock market debuts. They also recently appointed a new independent director, Wang Hao, which is a common step for companies looking to strengthen their board oversight. The top institutional holders are entities like Clear Street Group Inc., Tenor Capital Management Company LP, and Wolverine Asset Management LLC. These are significant holders, indicating that despite its size, institutional investors are paying attention. However, their holdings are relatively small percentages of the company's total shares, suggesting a potentially thinly traded stock. While the exact financial tables are not directly in this Form 6K, the incorporation by reference to Exhibit 99.1, the interim report, is where the critical financial story lies. We would typically look for revenue growth, gross profit margins, operating expenses, and net income. For a company with a small employee base and a very low stock price, maintaining profitability or showing a clear path to it is paramount. For instance, if we saw revenue increasing by 20%, that would mean for every $5 of sales last year, they are now bringing in $6 this year. Conversely, a 20% drop in net income would mean for every $5 of profit, they are now only making $4. Historically, companies like Robo.ai Incorporated that are small cap and operate in rapidly evolving sectors like AI can experience significant swings. The fact that they are filing with the SEC as a foreign private issuer and are referencing a Form F-3 registration statement suggests they are seeking to raise capital or have public debt obligations. The presence of XBRL documents like Exhibit 101, INS 101, SH 101, CAL 101, DEF 101, LAB, and 101. Along with Exhibit 104 for the cover page, indicates that the company is providing structured, machine-readable financial data. This is a good sign for transparency and allows for easier analysis by investors and regulators. Without the specific numbers from the interim report, it is hard to give a definitive financial verdict. However, the combination of a low stock price, small employee count, and the need for regulatory filings suggests a company in a growth or turnaround phase, constantly seeking to establish itself. The key takeaway from this filing is that Robo.ai Incorporated is providing updated financial information for the first half of 2026. Investors should scrutinize Exhibit 99.1 closely for revenue trends, profitability, and any signs of financial distress or significant growth. The biggest concern I have at this stage is understanding the actual financial health and operational efficiency of Robo.ai Incorporated. Given the limited public information available outside of these filings, without seeing the detailed financial statements, it is difficult to assess their long-term viability and growth prospects in the competitive AI landscape. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded, like, comment, subscribe, and join our Discord linked below.